Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Now today I am back with my typical patch notes breakdown for Throne and Liberty on the Korean servers. Now, before we jump into this week's patch, which is actually, as I have a quick look at this, it's actually rather large. I wasn't actually expecting the patch notes this week to be anywhere near this length. So yes, like I said, before we jump into that, let me just say like, share and subscribe if you're interested in Throne and Liberty or other MMORPGs or also action open world RPGs as a whole, because that's what I cover. I cover all of that here on this channel. So yeah, let's just jump straight into this one. So this week's maintenance is going to be on the 22nd of May. So for us over in the West, that's actually tonight, which is May the 21st, which will be May the 22nd on the in Korea. So what is new? There is a function that's been added that allows you to check your character's combat power numerically. So based on the character's level, skill, equipment, and mastery, the character's combat power will be displayed. The minimum combat power that can be used as a reference for using the content will be displayed. So this is actually pretty interesting because up until now, we've obviously had our gear, right? So you have your weapons, your jewelry, your armor, etc. And they have a level. So you go up to +9. So everyone says they want you to join the dungeon with a epic +9 weapon. So there was no gear score. So basically what this combat power thing is now that they're adding, it's essentially your character's gear score. And now this is basically showing us that for the dungeons, there's now going to be a minimum required gear score that they recommend you have before you even enter the dungeon. So whether this is going to actually lock us from entering the dungeon if we're too low gear score, who knows? Or if it's just literally going to be a recommended number and it doesn't actually change anything, that's going to be very, very interesting. So you can see here, this character has got a gear score or combat power of 3,800. So very, very interesting. And I'm going to assume that when you view the character's character card, where it shows you what weapons you're using and stuff like that, it's going to obviously I would assume, show us each person's gear score. So for the dungeons now, it's saying the minimum power required to join each co-op dungeon will be displayed, even if a character's combat. Oh no! Oh, okay. So scrap what I've just said. Then there is no restriction on entering. So even if you are under combat power, then you're not going to be restricted. So I wonder why the change why show us our combat power if there's not going to be any restrictions on entering the dungeon? Is that just purely so that people have something to like gauge upon, something to say, look, okay, I've now got this gear, that item, my combat power has gone up, or your combat power has stayed, stagnant at whatever number. But nevertheless, it's a good change. There's nothing I could say negative about that change. Okay, if you are below the minimum power, you will not be able to use party matchmaking. Okay, so basically, if you're using the party matchmaking system, you have to be above or equal to the minimum requirement of the gear score level. If you are not, you're going to have to obviously create your own groups, basically. So, okay, so basically on that front, then, if you're doing matchmaking, which is what I use, when you join that dungeon, you know that everyone in that dungeon is of the correct combat power. So there is that of at least. Yeah, that's fine. You can set the minimum requirements. Nothing new here. Loads of other games like have this sort of option. That's fine. Okay, that's just showing you how to do it. Okay, this is huge. This is what we've actually been asking for and hoping. To give you the freedom to swap gear, equipment and stat presets have been added. So no longer, we've had the skill presets for a while now, but it's been a pain in the backside where you have like your PvP gear and some people have their PvE gear, and you can freely change between PvP skills and PvE skills. But you then had to obviously go in, change all of your stats, change all of your gear items. But now it looks like we're going to be able to actually, and they've removed the cost of stat resets. That is a big W. Good change there. Well done. That's a big W. That's what I can say for that one. So, equipment and stat sets have been added to the character's info window. Equipment and stats are provided by 3 sets, and each set can save and use different equipment and stats. Activating the blessing of Silesium, of course, increases the number of sets to 6. That's obviously understandable. I knew that was going to be in there somewhere. But this is amazing, guys. So you can now have your PvE preset on 1, for example. Then you can have your PvP preset on 2. And you don't have to faff around. You just click of a button. Your stats are saved. Everything is saved. This is fantastic. So stat reset cost. In order to flexibly change stats depending on your weapon or situation, it has been improved to reset stats without paying any additional item or costs. The stat reset has a 3-second cooldown. The beginner's hourglass, which was used as a stat reset item, has been removed, and it can now be sold. The hourglass of beginners can now be sold in the NPC shop. That's, again, fantastic. Thank you, NCSoft. Free respec costs is amazing to see. All right, so slots are divided according to the recipient of the quest, and the number of activities is increased. Okay, so this is basically, there was a limit before on how many quests you could have stored. So the number of times each quest can be completed at the same time depends on your level. So based on a level 50, you can complete up to 5 quests, 10 in total at the same time. Okay, fair enough. If you have the blessing of Silesium, you can now do that by two extra. Okay, whatever, that's fine. Nobody cares about that. Skill growth materials have been reworked. So the grinding book and the refining book that existed for each weapon has been merged, so they can be used regardless of the weapon. Really? So if a skill growth is unexpectedly completed first, it has been changed to make it difficult to convert the growth materials that have been made in large quantities in advance. Okay. You can dissolve the book for each weapon you already have to obtain the combined training book and cultivation book. Okay. That's great. That's another good change, another quality of life change again. They've adjusted some combat. So they've adjusted the skill and mastery or effects of some weapons, improved gear skills and set effects for weapon equipment. So for the dagger mastery poison, secondary attack chance has been adjusted from 1.5 to 0.8. Fixed an issue where frenzied sword dance would cause the missed plotter to appear when the secondary weapon was not activated. Okay, so that's a bug fix. Walking stick, which is the staff. These translations sometimes are a bit janky. Fixed an issue that caused wave of heat to not be used intermittently when used at a maximum range. Okay, a bug fix. The wand, cursed explosion, shield icon generated after using it now shows the number of stacks. That's good to see. Quality of life. Now the crossbow, fixed an issue where seize the opportunity did not extend the effect of crossbow, exposed weakness, and longbow mark of. Okay, so that's basically another bug fix. Equipment skills, equipment skill range changed from 30 meters to 50 meters. What? Okay, Tevant's Despair Sword skill damage has been increased. The Wraith 4-piece bonus set has been changed, so now it increases the melee slam by 12 per 1000 health. After the change, it now increases slam hits by 12 per 1000 maximum health, but close range slam hit is also increased to 240 max. Okay. They've done some bug fixes here. then the experience of some content has been adjusted. So team affiliations have been improved to be displayed from the precursor stage of the local event. In co-op dungeons and guild raids, resurrection refills your health. Seriously, finally. So you get your maximum health and your max mana when you die in the dungeon and in the guild raids. You would basically come back with half health, half mana, and you'd have to either get healed or sit at a campfire. Okay, finally. Monsters, combat patterns, and skill patterns in Tower of Tidal and guild raids have been changed. Okay, so the faction battle, this is the new PvP conflict event where you're separated into 3 different factions: red, blue, and green. The team affiliation has been improved to be, so basically before you weren't put in teams, and they were saying how they want to change that, and I'm assuming they mean we're now going to be able to just be automatically put into a team, which is what everybody assumed at the beginning that was going to happen. So we'll see. After tomorrow, we'll see that. Resurrection, yeah, we just read that one. Changes to the codex. These are just new patterns here for the solo dungeons. I'm not going to go through any of that. That's not that impressive. We don't need to worry about that. Guild raid. All boss monsters will go berserk 15 minutes after the battle starts. Okay. Guild policies have changed. They've added a waiting time to rejoin. So this is basically to counteract where people was, leaving, like mercenary for PvP. So I would be in my main guild, then I would leave, go and join guild B to, help out to be a merc. And then I could just go back and instantly join my guild after. Now there's going to be an actual delay. So you can see here, there is a 36-hour waiting period to rejoin a guild after leaving it. If you leave a guild, expel a guild, or disband, the waiting time will apply. During the rejoin waiting period, it's not possible to create a guild. That's fine, that's a good change. Relationship. Wow. They have done it. They have removed the watch relationship. I was saying this a few weeks ago that I believe there's a way that you could sort of not fix it completely, but fix in a way these alliances and stuff to just remove and have it like you just have the friendly. So you can only be, friendly people, that's it, and maybe change the watched one. And they've removed the watch function. Okay, fair enough. Guild personnel, that's nice as well. Added a feature that allows you to instantly check the weapon set of a guild member. That's nice. And again, more quality of life, more changes, more polishing to Throne and Liberty. Premium PC Cafe, this is only applicable if you're in Korea. So I'm not going to go through that. I'm not worried about that. You get rewards for logging into the PC Cafe, basically. They've improved quality of life on the UI. Hunting grounds and co-op dungeons can now be delivered as chat links. Ah, okay. Yeah, that's fine. That's cool. Added the ability to do it via a chat link, so you just click on that. Nice, I like to see that. Speech bubbles. A setting item has been added that allows you to choose whether or not to display NPC and player speech bubbles on the screen. Okay. Item tooltip. Toggles to allow you to see different set weapons in the weapon item comparison tooltip. Okay, just more quality of life. Emotes, membership. A detailed benefit pop-up has been added so that you can check the product details before purchasing a membership. Chat, when a party chat ends to disbandment or withdrawal, it has been improved to change to all messages. Okay, that's fine. Crafting tab has been added to the drop menu. Improved, so they're improving controller. Okay, nice. Again, more quality of life. This is for the controller players and obviously for the upcoming console players that are going to be able to play the game on the global release. That's very, very good to see. And then more bug fixes here. Not going to worry about that. There's, of course, a new event. this is standard every single time there's a new event, new login rewards and stuff like that. The Blessing of Silesium, there's a new bonus. Okay, that was the one we saw earlier about the gear sets, and then the quest. You can have more quests. Nothing to worry about there. A new battle pass, of course. Nothing new there. New, just more tokens and stuff. Oh, hold on. The token contract of basically you could purchase 500 extra tokens, right? So now it's saying 100 dimensional points item that can be purchased with Solent when purchasing the Blessing of Silesium has been rescheduled to be removed. Okay, so this is what was causing a lot of controversy, and I made a video on this, and it caused a lot of people in the comment section going, there was either on one side where they didn't care, or there was on the other side where they really did care. And now this is, by the looks of it, this is actually going to get removed from July the 17th. I mean, what can I say? That's a good thing to read, right? Okay, and then this is just known issues. So yeah, guys, this is absolutely, this is a good patch. This is a W patch. I can't lie. Combat power, this new gear score, basically. This is the best thing for me personally. I love the fact that we finally got free respecking costs, and we've got equipment and stat slots, so we don't have to faff around and change. You can just lock it in and then you're good to go. So yeah, guys, that is it. It's actually a pretty damn good patch. Nothing crazy content wise, but quality of life and good changes. I mean, yeah, I'm very, very pleased with this. So what do you guys and girls think about this? Leave me a comment down below. And as always, like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Take care. Peace.